It's week 2 of the National Football League, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Dolphins and the Steelers, next on Madden Football.
But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three River Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home, season opener, it almost feels like 2 losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. If you got to fight against that, they've got to come out ready to play.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive.
They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
Throwing to start here is Tua.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Charles, that's a route that you and I have seen time and time again in our years up in this booth, and that executed well, and a great throw, too.
And sometimes, even if you know it's coming, the execution will trump whatever you do on the defensive side of the ball. Plus, it was a well-thrown football. A nice, healthy gain right there.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 4.
Sanders toss left side. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
The Steelers send out their punter now. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
I think the hope was to let him sit and learn for a bit, but he was thrown right into the fire in week 1. Now we'll see what kind of lessons he's learned as he prepares for his 2nd start in the NFL.
The drive starts with a run from Achane.
He shifts past him. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 2nd down.
You look at this Steeler defense.
And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. On play action, they'll throw. And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that's going to make it 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Shifts by him. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. In motion, Hill.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly...
Pressure comes, and the Steelers taken down.
Alex Highsmith making a nice play and getting the sack.
We're scoreless after 1. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at the 18. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw held in by Washington.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Looking to throw, Pickett. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. The Steelers had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
23 yards to pick up there.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
throw's going to be incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Back to throw. Pickett
sliding out of the pocket. Hard throw, incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be Dolphin football.
Here's Achane to start the drive.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
2nd and 7. Again, it's Achane.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb.
Coming up at halftime. I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling. Held it to an okay game.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
To the air on 1st down with Pickett.
Eluding the pressure right. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Parker Washington.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Steelers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line.
Sheds off the tackle.
And he returns this to the 22. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
He'll look to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Trey Norwood.
And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Pickett to throw on first down.
Rolling to his left.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Pickett now from the gun here.
Buying time to his left. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 36 yards on the play. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start with a couple of teams that got to know each other in the playoffs the last decade or so. Baltimore in Foxborough to take on New England. And it's the Patriots leading that one in the second quarter. A touchdown run there for Ramondre Stevenson. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Kareem Hunt taking over. 2 touchdowns thus far. Lastly, let's head to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to see what's happening with the Bengals. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Joe Burrow, 3 touchdown passes as his guys bounce.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Just the 1 touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 40-yard line.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They fell last week to Cleveland, but they're on top here as they start this drive 1st and 10. He'll buy some time right. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. And out across midfield down to the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Second down, back to Sanders. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Escaping the pressure right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They'll drop to throw. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Levi Wallace with a pick. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They'll roll him out right. Out route, and he connects with Fryermuth. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Pickett now on 1st down. Steps away. All the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Elliott will score. Touchdown, Steelers. Just power football there. Down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point now by Boswell. And it's good to make it 14-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Dolphins.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw again.
This one thrown underneath to Achane.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Up the middle, Achane.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Dolphins are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts to realize opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes.
That is intercepted.
Picked up by Jerome Baker. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
They'll run. Achane.
And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score.
Devon Achane. His first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
And now out come the Steelers. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. Finding Washington. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
On the move to his left.
That's down the field and caught by Freiermuth.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. Running right, here's Sanders. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Here comes 2nd down at 5.
Another run here with Sanders. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Boswell's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
So the Dolphins now down 17-14, 25 seconds remaining. And they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Ready, go. Ready.
Back to throw.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get the midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
He's back to throw.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
This one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Oh no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Well, this fan base on the losing side, Charles, they're going to be talking about this one for a while. They ultimately decided to try to come up with a touchdown on that last play when all they needed was the field goal to force overtime.
Yeah, and the reasoning behind it, that's what we're all waiting to hear, because sometimes there's things that we don't see on the surface. Did the coach